Now moving on to Somalia, much needed food aid is trickling into Mogadishu. Farm goods from the agricultural town of Afgoye, a bread basket for much of Somalia, is arriving in the capital city after control of the area was wrested from Al-Shabaab militants a little over 2 weeks ago. But there is still a lot to be done in the area that hosts more than 400,000 refugees. African Union and Somali forces meanwhile secured the last town in the critical corridor linking Mogadishu and Afgoye in a joint operation code-named Free Shabale armored vehicles now rumble down the main road of Afgoye, freeing a crucial hub for the transport of people and goods. The spokesperson for the African Union mission in Somalia says that extreme care was taken to avoid civilian casualties.
The plan was that our troops would avoid taking the fight into the city in order to minimize harm onto the population. And this worked very, very well. Our forces took the flanks and did not use the road. And this was meant to create an impression in the minds of Al-Shabaab that we were going to encircle them. And indeed, they took heed. They fled the city, and we captured it.
Fresh fruits and vegetables are once again being sold at street-side stalls or loaded onto trucks heading toward the capital. Amazon reports that farm produce transported out of Afgoye has again started filling the markets of Mogadishu.
Well, joining us today to talk about Somalia is Mohammed Amin Osman, a veteran politician and a member of the Somali Parliament. Mr. Osman, welcome to In Focus.
Thank you.
Now, you saw that report on Afgoye. Apparently, things look like they're getting back to normal. But we know that usually it is believed that the transitional government of Somalia is actually in control of only a few blocks of Mogadishu. How are we to understand the reach of the government at this moment?
Thank you. At the moment, we have seen the success of African Union forces and Somali TFG forces. At the moment, we are talking about the Afgoye, 30 kilometers from outside Mogadishu. By the time we came back from Djibouti, 2009, and AMISOM forces, they were under control only airport and port and small roads where the TFG was located. So now everything is going to change. 16th district of Mogadishu is free. The Afgoye is free now, and many other districts and regions.
And so you're going to talk about
southern central
Baidoa, we have especially to the south in Baidoa.
We have Baidoa southwest. We have now 70 kilometers to Kismayo. The forces are in Afmedo last week. And also in another side is Beledweyne in central regions, and El Bur in southeast. Yeah. So this is the pushing Al-Shabaab. Yes. The forces, TFG forces, and including the African Union forces, are pushing the Al-Shabaab. And what we believe Al-Shabaab will going to start ambush tactic.
So while they push away, they kind of try to come back and attack.
Normally, their tactic is just to leave the towns, but to cross, to go to the every middle of the towns, to cut off the every roads and way out to the town to village or town to town. So that is their tactic. So we need more secure, more Somali forces. Because African Union forces, they can under control the towns. But we need Somali forces whom can go around the village.
Are you training Somali forces that will be enough to take control of those regions?
There's not enough Somali forces at the moment, but we need actually more training.
What needs to be done to have more people trained?
More training, yes, funding? That's right. Funding and also and manpower for training.
Okay. Yeah. Now, tell me this. You know, so right now the politicians in Somalia are united in their fight against Al-Shabaab. We know that in August, an election is going to happen. If Al-Shabaab becomes irrelevant, how do you gauge the unity of the Somali politicians after the threat of Al-Shabaab is gone?
Yeah, what I believe is as long as their institution will not going to be square one where Somalia used to be before Al-Shabaab or before African Union or supporting by international community, and division of the Somali by warlords. No, I'm not thinking that will come back. What I believe is the institution of the government is important. What we are expecting now, August, new government will form or will elect by the new parliament. That government should be the and should have the vision to run the country to complete the security and good governance and good administration. Then I believe the security will be the priority number one. So that government can be, but the leadership is important. Leadership.
Okay.
So we hope new leadership will be the.
Thank you.
People will elect the leadership who can cope all that problems.
Thank you very much, and we hope to see peace return to Somalia after all these many years. We thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed Amin. And Mohammed Amin Osman is a member of the Somali Parliament. Thank you very much for joining us today.